Good evening, everyone. The time is officially 5 p.m. I'm going to wait about 2 minutes. I see a few people joining in on YouTube. So I'm going to wait about 2 minutes and we will get started. Thank you so much for joining.
Good evening, everyone.
This will be short and sweet. 5. And if you can, drop in the chat your name and if you're a parent, staff member, or student. I want to see who's in the house. So if you are on with us, please just drop a quick hello with your name in the chat. And we will get started in about 2 minutes. I see that Dr. Skinner is in the house, Dr. Daniels is in the house, and I see Ms. Pendergrass is in the house. Who else do we have in the house with us this evening? Please just drop a quick hello in the chat so we can see who is in the house. Hi, Ms. Pate. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. Thank you so much for joining us. One of our Tiger teachers is in the house. Hi, Ms. Pate. All right, we will get started in 1 minute. I want to respect your summer evening. See a few more people coming in. Okay, well, the time is officially 5:03, so we are going to go ahead and get started. This will be recorded, and it's also, it will be provided and posted on our website. So we will also make sure that we send out a communication for those parents that are not able to join us. We will make this recording available to all. So with that being said, I want to say good evening. I am Lisa Hill, proud principal of Crawford Long Middle School. I'm going into my 11th year here at Long Middle School. And I must say, time truly flies when you're having fun. We are truly excited about the great things that are to come. And I first want to say thank you before we start to all of our parents, all of our scholars, and all of our teachers, staff members. Thank you all so much for pushing through an unexpected time like we have had these last 15 to 16 months. But we are ready to start and talk about what's to come in the new year. So this is our first official back to school town hall. I know it's June and you're probably like, Ms. Hill, we just went on vacation. Why are we having a town hall meeting? Because a lot is changing and I want to make sure that I keep the entire community in the loop about the great changes that are happening here at Long Middle School. So tonight, we're only going to talk about 3 things with our town hall meeting. First, we're going to talk about day 1, which is August the 5th. Yes, you heard me, August the 5th. That will be our first day of school. Also, we will talk about our new school hours. Middle school has been impacted by some recent changes in the school hours. And then we will be totally face-to-face next school year. Also, we will then talk about our academic recovery plan, both the district's academic recovery plan as well as the Long Middle School recovery plan. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the master schedule. I am going to give you a sneak peek at our master schedule for school year 2021-2022. So tonight, once again, we're only talking about three things: first day of school, new school hours, academic recovery plan, and our master schedule. But before we start with those three things, I am excited to officially present our STEM the Long Way. Long Middle School, we began a venture this past year, and I smile because our scholars and teachers did wonderful, amazing work in our journey towards STEM. So our theme this year and moving forward is STEM the Long Way, leading our next generation through creativity, collaboration, and innovation. I want to start here because everything that we present moving forward will all tie back into what our official theme is. So our school mission, and I must tell you, this mission is a new mission that was created during the pandemic, and it is our mission moving forward. Crawford W. Long Middle School cultivates a community of lifelong learners and leaders that are empowered to globally compete and access future opportunities. Our vision: we will build a community of compassionate innovators, creating opportunities for themselves as well as for others. And our core values here at Long Middle School are collaboration, creativity, as well as innovation. I am excited to tell you that Long Middle School, we are on the right journey towards our STEM certification. And I'm so excited about the great things that are coming for our next school year. So first, day one, August the 5th. August the 5th is our first day of school. I know last year that changed, but it will not change this year. August the 5th, please mark your calendars, is our first day of school. Also, we will have new school hours. Actually, all grade bands, elementary, middle, and high school have new school hours, and we're no longer virtual. Yay! We will be totally face-to-face beginning August the 5th, 2021. No more virtual, totally face-to-face. And here are our new school hours. And I put it up here because I know we have parents who are here, and you may have children at other schools, but APS, through the collaboration with both community as well as school officials, they have come up with new school hours. So elementary hours are from 7:45 to 2:45 p.m. High school, 8:45 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. And middle school, we have a slight push. We will be from 9:15 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. I repeat, middle school hours beginning next school year are 9:15 a.m. That's our start time. End time is 4:15 p.m. Once again, I must remind you that we are face to face totally. I do see a question in the chat. Yes, APS has not changed their policy, although the state has changed the policy. APS has not changed their policy. Students will still continue to wear masks during the day. So, as a part of the academic recovery plan for Atlanta Public Schools, one of the initial reasons why the hours were changed for elementary school, they added 30 additional minutes to the elementary time. Elementary schools got out, their total time was about 30 minutes shy of that of high school and middle school. Therefore, with us as a district having to do academic recovery, the district decided to go ahead and add 30 minutes, which impacted high school as well as middle schools, because our buses actually circle between elementary, middle, and high schools. So that is why we were impacted slightly with a 10-minute change. So let's talk about academic recovery plan for APS. So APS's academic recovery plan has 3 components. The first component is a new universal screener. And this screener will help identify our students' learning needs. All APS K through 12 students will be administered the universal screener in English, language arts, as well as mathematics. The official screener that will be utilized is called MAP. It's by a company called NWEA. This particular screener will be administered 3 times a year. Now, we have not taken the milestones as a whole school since 2019, and we know that our students are at various places. So we will, when the students come in August, we will administer the first universal screener, which will help us see where students truly are. Our goal is to make sure we meet students where they are post-pandemic so that we can stretch them and grow and support however we need to do so. The second component of APS's academic recovery plan is our Summer Academic Recovery Academy, which right now for APS has about 11,000 students enrolled. I am excited. Our academic recovery program has been awesome. A huge tiger roar to Ms. Carla McCall-McCoo, as well as Dr. Skinner. Both of those are our assistant principals, and they are our leads for academic recovery. It has been beautiful to see our scholars back in the building. It is beautiful also to meet our students where they are, both socially and emotionally, as well as academically. And the third component is an intervention/enrichment block that will be added to the master schedule for all schools. The implementation of a required school-based intervention or enrichment block. For us, we are doing one school-wide period so that all hands can be on deck for 45 minutes. And you will see specifically for each grade level what that intervention block looks like. Also, we will be doing the intervention block. It will be 45 minutes a day, as I said previously. It will be 5 days per week for language arts as well as for mathematics. The district has gone through an RFP, and the selected programs that will be used are Math 180 and Read 180. So for students who, after the universal screener, for students who need both reading and math, they will alternate days on an A-day, B-day rotation so that they get support in both areas. For students who only need math or only need reading, they will also be scheduled for whatever their area of support will be. We also added enrichment there because we know some students need to be stretched from where they are. So we have some students who are already functioning and performing at high school level coming into the building. So we want to make sure that we support them as well. So we're looking at offering AVA, which is our Atlanta Virtual Academy, which will be a period where we can allow students to take high school classes online as well. We really honestly don't know until we get back in the building and do a true assessment, the specific needs of our scholars. We know our scholars have experienced trauma. It's been hard for many of our staff members as well as our scholars, and we want to make sure we carve out time to support our students both academically as well as with social and emotional learning. Speaking of social and emotional learning, we will start every single morning, every single day. We'll start with morning social and emotional learning. Every day, we will not alternate days for social and emotional learning. The first thing we will do when we enter the building, report to classes, we will have community gatherings to support our scholars as well as the adults with social and emotional learning. And I am going to check the chat to see if I have anything. And also, if you have any questions, the wonderful admin team, they are manning the chat and can respond timely, but we will have a Q&A portion at the very end. So now, the master schedule. I want to thank our leadership team for collaborating, and we met several times and did revisions to our new master schedule. And I am proud to share that with the community at this time. So this is what the 6th grade master schedule will look like for next year. Where you see homeroom / advisement from 9:15 to 9:35, that is actually our social and emotional learning block. Then you will see 9:40 to 10:25, that is our 45-minute intervention block. That will be whole school, all grade levels will be in intervention from 9:40 until 10:25. For 6th grade, they will then have core 1. All of our core classes are approximately 55 minutes to 60 minutes. We wanted to, as much as possible, keep our class times the same. I will share with you that where we did have to cut in order to gain the time for intervention is we had to shave some minutes off of our connections classes. You would see, for instance, with 6th grade scholars will eat lunch depending on the team, beginning at 10:40, but the last lunch will be over at 11:40. And then you can see here, core 2, core 3, as well as core 4, and you will see the connections block here. Where it says core, for all scholars have 4 core classes, which is math, science, social studies, and language arts. And then they also have a connections class. They actually have 2. They rotate on an A-day, B-day rotation. And then your eyes probably went down here to brain break. Research shows that even us as middle school children and teachers, we need a brain break. I think it is going to be taxing as we come back into school full time, that we will need some type of recess or brain break. So we have actually built that into our master schedule. And I see a question in the chat. Our universal screening process will begin, I think they said August the 23rd. And it is not a long assessment. So scholars, it's nothing like the milestone. So it's a quick assessment, both for language arts as well as for math. It is not a time test, but normally they say students by each content area, it normally takes them about 60 minutes to complete it. So it's not a long drawn out assessment like milestones. Is short. It is a nationally normed assessment, and it also is a great predictor of how scholars will perform on the Georgia milestones. And the beauty about it is it actually, for each individual child, it helps you to develop an individual learning plan for each child. All right, so for 7th grade, I know the 7th grade scholars and parents and staff members are waiting. 7th grade, once again, you will see that the morning starts with SEL, then we have intervention, and then 7th grade scholars will go to connections first. Connections, once again, it's only 60 minutes now. That still does allow us to get the required state amount of seat time in order for the classes to actually count and report to the state. And then our lunch for 7th grade begins at 11:45 and we wrap up about 12:45. Each team, each group of scholars, they get roughly about 25 minutes for lunch. And then we add a little bit for transition to and from the cafeteria. And once again, 7th grade has a brain break between core 3 or their 3rd period and their 4th period. And now for 8th grade. 8th grade, as you can see, it repeats. Morning is SEL. Then we have the 9:40 to 10:25 for school-wide intervention. And then the lunch for 8th grade is from 12:55 until 1:45. And 8th grade scholars will actually get a brain break between core 2 and core 3. And then 8th grade, they have connections at the end of the day. All right. Also, I am proud that we will have our first Tiger Open House since 2018. We will have an official open house to invite all of our families back in. That will be on August the 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. Once again, Our Tiger open house will be on August the 4th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And that concludes my quick town hall. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And thank you so much to the fabulous team for manning the chat. Okay. And with that, if I don't see anything else, thank you all so much for joining. Please continue to have a wonderful summer. We are excited about our doors officially opening. We will be back, teachers report back. If I have any teachers online, teachers' first day is July the 29th. Assistant principals and what we call our 220 staff, their official days are on July the 14th. So our doors are open. The only time that we may not be here is just the 5th because APS is officially closed. I do have one question. So for the first core period, students only have, so for the first core period, that is not an instructional block. That is considered social and emotional learning. It's like a homeroom. So it's not an actual instructional blocks like language arts, math, science, or social studies. It is a community gathering. The district says students for social and emotional learning, I think they recommend about 45 minutes per week. We're going over and beyond because it's that important to us. So social and emotional learning will happen for 20 minutes every single morning. And then the students go into their first full instructional block. Thank you so much, Ms. Deborah, for asking that. Yes, open house is face-to-face as well. Open house is face-to-face as well. We will continue to practice social distancing guidelines. I am pleased that prior to the pandemic, we had actually planned for last school year to make our class sizes smaller. So we have enough staff that we will be back in the building and can continue to social distance in our classrooms. But yes, the open house will be face-to-face as well. All right, Miss Deborah and I think this is Miss Renee. I hope I answered your questions. Is there anything else in the chat? So there are 4, and I'm going to go back to that slide, Miss Deborah. So I'm going to use the 6th grade slide. So here, there are 4 core classes. And the reason why we have to say core and not language arts is because each student has a different rotation. So here, you see where it says core 1. So the morning homeroom, that's just SEL. So we provided 20 minutes for that. Then we have the required intervention class. That's 45 minutes for intervention. Then we go into, and I'm just going to use, for instance, this may be language arts. So for this class here, the first class is language arts. So that's core 1. Core 2, let's say that's math. That's from 11:55 to 12:50. Then they have connections that may be PE or band. Then when they come back, they have their next core class, which may be science from 2 until 2:55. Then they have a little brain break, kind of like a little recess. And then we go into core 4, which may be social studies, 3:15 to 4:15. And all of our master schedules had to be sent downtown and approved. And actually, I'm proud to say that we are exceeding the number of minutes required by the state for seat time. I think the minimum is something with like 45 minutes to 50 minutes. In most cases, we're 55 minutes to 60 minutes. Okay. All right. And with that, if you have any questions, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to give us a call here at the school. We are here. Someone is answering the phone every morning from 8:30, and I think we leave about 4:15, but as you can see, I'm still here. So if you have any questions, please definitely reach out to us, and we are more than happy to support you. Yes, Miss Deborah, I saw your question. This is the one for 7th grade. So they go to connections first after they do their SEL. their intervention, and then their connections. And then they have core 1, which may be language arts. Then they have their lunch. Then they go to core 2, which is here, from 1:05 to 2:00. So that may be math. Then they go to core 3, which may be social studies, from 2:05 to 3:00. They get a little brain break. And then from 3:20 until we close and end the school day at 4:15, they'll take their last class there. All right. Okay, well, thank you so much. Once again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate. As we get closer to opening school, we will definitely reach out to you again for probably one more town hall, as well as preparing you for our open house. Don't forget, open house, August the 4th at 1 p.m. First day of school is August the 5th. The entire district is totally face-to-face. So please continue to enjoy your summer. We miss you. We can't wait to see you. And if you need anything, please know we are here for you. Be safe, and I'll see you soon.